The moment that changed Will Basta's thinking about pet health did not happen in a laboratory or inside a venture capital meeting. It happened at home. For nearly 9 years, Basta has lived with a rescued pit bull. Over time, he began noticing something many pet owners overlook: subtle shifts in energy, slightly longer recovery after exercise, and small changes in digestion that appear almost too minor to matter. Those signals, he realized, were the same early markers physicians watch in humans. When you rescue a dog, particularly one that may have experienced instability earlier in life, you become very aware of small signals, William Basta said during a recent interview about his life and career. Energy changes, digestive sensitivity, recovery speed, stress response. You realize something important: decline rarely starts loudly, it starts quietly. That realization eventually became the foundation for a new venture Basta created, Zodi Life, a pet wellness company designed to combine longevity science, preventative health, and consumer wellness. Basta is a consultant, advisor, and investor whose work centers on technology-enabled healthcare systems and preventative medicine. He is the founder of Nirvana Health, a precision health and longevity clinic built around proactive care, early detection, and long-term health span optimization. The clinic integrates advanced diagnostics, clinical oversight, and regenerative health principles to help patients strengthen biological systems before disease appears. Alongside building Nirvana, Basta advises and invests in early-stage ventures across digital health, diagnostics, telemedicine, and applied AI. His work often focuses on helping founders design durable infrastructure and governance systems that scale responsibly while maintaining clinical integrity. However, the idea that eventually pushed him into the pet wellness space came from a simpler question. If preventative health science was advancing rapidly for humans, why were most dogs still supported only after something went wrong? Humans are starting to receive sophisticated preventative care, Basta explained. But when I looked at what most dogs were getting, the contrast was obvious. The majority of support begins after decline. That gap led Basta and his collaborators to develop Zodi Life, a pet wellness brand focused on immune resilience and systemic health support. The company's name reflects its origins. Zodi combines the names of 2 rescued dogs belonging to Basta's collaborators Alex and Brady, Zoe and Bodhi. Zoe means life, Basta said. Bodhi represents awareness or awakening. That philosophy captures what we're trying to build. Alex and Brady's experience working with rescue animals played a critical role in shaping the company's direction. They had witnessed immune collapse in vulnerable dogs firsthand, Basta shared. They saw how quickly systems can destabilize when resilience is depleted. Their rescue work exposed the reactive nature of most pet care models. Will Basta says the lesson aligned closely with what he had already seen in human medicine. Longevity is not about treating a symptom, he explained. It is about supporting systems. Longevity isn't a single intervention, he said. It's a system that includes immune strength, metabolic function, mitochondrial health, inflammation balance, and daily lifestyle signals. Zodi Life supplements are designed around that systems-based philosophy. Instead of targeting a specific symptom such as joint pain or anxiety, the formulations aim to strengthen foundational biological systems that influence long-term health. The products are intended for healthy dogs whose owners want to reinforce resilience before decline appears. Zodi was designed for healthy, active dogs whose owners want to strengthen baseline systems before decline begins, Basta said. It is not a treatment. It is not a replacement for veterinary care. It is daily foundational support. The pet wellness industry has expanded dramatically in recent years as pet ownership rises and animals increasingly become members of the family. Global spending reflects that shift. Industry analysts estimate the global pet care market surpassed $260 billion in 2024 and could exceed $350 billion by the end of the decade. The pet supplement category alone has become one of the fastest-growing segments, projected to reach more than $2.5 billion globally within the next few years as owners invest in preventative nutrition, immune support, and longevity-focused products. Yet Will Basta believes the sector's growth has outpaced its structural discipline. The pet supplement market is largely reactive, he said. Products are marketed around symptoms like hips, joints, calming, or coat health rather than systemic resilience. That approach, he argues, overlooks how biological systems actually function. Immune health, gut health, inflammation control and stress response operate as interconnected systems that shape long-term vitality. Longevity is systemic, Basta said. You don't fix a system only after it collapses. Zodi Life's formulation process reflects that mindset. The company prioritizes transparent ingredient sourcing, rational dosing, and contamination testing. Manufacturing includes supplier certificates of analysis, heavy metal screening, microbial contamination testing, and stability verification. The brand also avoids proprietary ingredient blends that obscure dosage levels. Basta applies a simple benchmark when evaluating formulations. If I would not confidently give it to my own rescue dog every day, he said, it does not move forward. Basta's interest in formulation integrity extends beyond pet wellness. As peptide-based compounds and other advanced supplements enter consumer markets, he sees the potential for the same mistakes that shaped the early supplement industry. The core issue, he believes, is transparency. When industries rely on vague labeling, exaggerated claims, or underdosed formulas, regulatory scrutiny eventually follows, Basta said. The companies most likely to survive regulatory shifts, he said, are those that build discipline early. The future belongs to brands that operate with clear labeling, responsible language, documented sourcing, and compliance awareness, Basta said. Discipline protects longevity not just biologically, but commercially. That philosophy shapes the way Basta evaluates emerging health startups as a venture investor. He consistently looks for 5 factors: biological plausibility, infrastructure discipline, regulatory awareness, ethical sourcing, and long-term defensibility. Trend-driven health companies rarely sustain long-term trust, Basta said. I look for founders who understand the difference between marketing and mechanism. Collaborations with clinicians also play an important role in his work. Basta works alongside physicians including Dr. Ajit Dhaliwal, co-founder of RegenHealth Physicians, a longevity-focused integrative medicine clinic in New York. Clinical partnerships help bridge the gap between research and real-world observation. Partnerships create feedback loops between theory and observation, Basta said. You see immune health patterns, inflammation trends, and recovery signals in real time. That perspective informs everything from product design to investment strategy. My professional background has been in precision health, regenerative medicine, and longevity systems, working alongside physicians like Dr. Ajit Dhaliwal at RegenHealth Physicians, Basta added. In human health, we focus on immune modulation, mitochondrial function, inflammation control, biomarker tracking, and proactive system strengthening. The contrast became obvious. We apply advanced longevity science to humans, but most dogs are supported only after problems appear. Zodi Life became the bridge between rescue-driven urgency and longevity-driven structure. It is rooted in love, built with discipline, and focused on prevention rather than reaction. Looking ahead into 2026 and beyond, Basta believes the next 5 years will reshape both human and pet wellness. Preventative care models are gaining traction across healthcare. Consumers are becoming more proactive, asking deeper questions about sourcing, dosing, and biological mechanisms. At the same time, technologies such as biomarker tracking, advanced diagnostics, and AI-supported health platforms are making personalized health strategies more accessible. We are entering a precision era, Basta said. In pet health specifically, he expects immune resilience and foundational system support to become central themes. Consumers are becoming more informed and proactive, he said. They're less interested in reactive fixes and more interested in strengthening health trajectories early. That thinking extends beyond Basta's current ventures. Alongside his work with Nirvana Health and Zodi Life, Basta is also developing Project Oasis, a long-term initiative exploring how wellness, environment, and community design intersect to influence human health. The project reflects a broader thesis that runs through much of his work. Health outcomes are not determined by single interventions, but by the systems people live within every day. My 9-year rescue bond reinforced something important, Basta said. Longevity is not abstract, it is daily. He paused before adding something that sounds less like a venture capital framework and more like a personal principle. Prevention is not passive, he said. It is intentional. The brands that endure will be the ones built with structure, humility, and long-term thinking.